Hey Kasia, how are you? Nice to see you again.
Good. I'm doing well.
Tell everyone a little bit more about your role and then we'll jump into some of the questions.
So I lead global well-being for Baker Hughes, looking really at the strategy across our entire company and determining, how do we want to really make sure that we do a good job of keeping our people first, supporting them in all of the different aspects of well-being. There's so much that really contributes to our everyday showing up, healthy, happy, ready to work, but also leaving that way, right? We don't want to be somewhere where you come in and drains all your energy and then you have nothing left for your kind of your home life or your community. So how do we find that balance? How do you drive that? How do you make that as just part of what we do here at Baker Hughes? So
Love
it's
that.
a big hat there.
Yeah, no, I feel like well-being in the workplace has kind of changed a lot, especially over the last couple of years. I feel like the pandemic kind of brought a new spotlight to
Yeah.
well-being. And how have you seen employee well-being evolve in the workplace in your time?
It's I actually was looking at this not too long ago, and I went even back before my time. It all started with the employee assistance program. After World War II, people are coming back to work and sometimes drinking too much. So the employers are like, we need to help our employees. It's impacting them. It's also obviously impacting business. And that's where it started, which was fascinating, right?
I
It
didn't even
kind
know
of,
that.
yeah.
It's super interesting. You just educated me on something. Is that I didn't know the origin story.
So it started on that and then it evolved, to like the fitness at the work site, the nutrition, the biometrics, all of those things. And as you said, the pandemic really highlighted the mental health aspect of it. So I think we've done a good job. I think we're progressing. I don't want to quite say full circle, but kind of back into the human putting people first aspect, the human holistic approach, right? How are we supporting people in the mental health and in the I'm a human, I'm not a robot kind of perspective.
Yeah.
So
What are
yeah,
sort of the top well-being trends that you're seeing for 2025?
it's the mental health, the burnout. I'm even going to call it kind of like the building, not resilience, but building the fitness, building the strength, because our world is also not changing. We're still external forces are still out there, whether it's political changes, social unrest, whatever it is, they're still out there. It's going to impact us. So it's not just work that's going to impact us. It's just going to compile. So how do we work with what we have and build that strength? So when these challenges do come up, we're in a better spot. Definitely one. And I think we talked about it from a human centric. So we are expecting more out of our leaders, which is also how do we support our leaders because they are also human.
They're also
They're all
struggling.
part of the
Yeah.
yeah, they're also struggling. They're part of this equation. So I think those are, I will say, two of the big ones that are still going to continue, but we should really focus and try to make more of an effort to be impactful this
Yeah.
year.
What would you say is the initiative or program that you've delivered that's had the biggest impact?
Last year, recently, we did a workshop that was called a Wellbeing Conversations. So a little bit of what we talked about. How do you have these conversations? What are things to look for? And almost a little bit of like role modeling. Can you have that conversation? And it sounds simple and it sounds almost sounded like, well, we've done that before. We've done this kind of awareness, that kind of awareness. But when these leaders walked out of the room afterwards, they really connected. They're like, this makes sense. Like, I've had people come up to me. We've had leaders that had realizations. Yeah, I talk to this group of employees, this part of the work group, only infrequently because I know they're good. They're good at what they do. And it made him reflect and saying, but I need to connect with them on how are you on a human person level? And we're trying to roll that out in more areas. I really think that's going to have a big impact. I saw it with that group, with those small groups of people.
What would you say is the top ways that you're taking care of your own well-being?
Uh, you mean the ways I will be taking care of my
Yeah,
well-being?
yeah. After this call, we're,
After this call.
we're gonna
Exactly.
we're gonna turn over a new leaf.
So we're trying to use a digital platform, and one of the activities we said, let's post what are your New Year's resolutions? And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to have to post something. Um, and I gave it a thought and I said, you know what? I'm going to keep it simple because we all know resolutions kind of dissolve after a month, 2 months. And one of the things I said, I'm going to spend more time with my kids and doing activities, disconnecting from work, putting it to the side. And I know that sounds, as a mother, I should be doing that already, but sometimes we
No, I'm
just
with you.
get so busy.
I'm 100% with
Right.
you.
So that and sticking better to my daily physical activity. And I don't mean like going running a marathon. I mean like, hey, I'm going to go for a walk, like actually taking a break and doing that. So two simple things, self-care for myself, physically, and then also socially and mentally with my family.
Yeah, I love that. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking the time on to come on the show to share your experience personally and professionally, because
Yeah,
there's no one without the other.
very true.
As well, we bring both to the table every day. I appreciate all the work you're doing, and I wish you all the best until we next speak.
Thank you. Thank you. You too.